Yep. Y'all already know who it is. Y'all already know who it is, man. It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And man, tough loss tonight. Tough loss. I'm not even, I'm not happy that we lost the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not happy we lost the game at all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not angry. I'm not like terribly upset about the loss. It was against one of the better teams in the East, even though they didn't have their best player. You know what I'm saying? They still had two all-stars. They still had a vet that was an all-star. I mean, they still got a stacked team, but they just didn't have one of the best players in the league tonight. But we took an L tonight. It was a tough loss. There were some good things that happened tonight, and there were some things that weren't so good as well. I mean, it was like an even game. We lost by one, went down to the last shot. We had a chance to win the game. I mean, it could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? And fortunately, based on how we started, for us to even say it could have went either way, is a big, I don't even want to say accomplishment. I don't know what the word I should use. You know what I'm saying? But we got the game back, and we could have won the game after a terrible start. So we took a loss. I'm not holding my head. It was against a tough opponent. So let's just get into it, man. So since we lost the game, I'm going to start with the things that I did like tonight. You know what I'm saying? And first and foremost, the thing that I liked starting off the gate was the fact that our offense looked like it was emphasizing going in the paint tonight. You know what I'm saying? The Nets, as good as the perimeter players they have, I mean, they have three of the best perimeter players in the league. You know what I'm saying? Their weakness is the paint. So for us to know that and try to take advantage of that early in the game was definitely good coaching. It was definitely good scouting, you know what I'm saying? But a thing I had a problem with was they didn't stay with it. They didn't stay with it. You know what I mean? They started the game with the pick and roll, and it looked like the Nets couldn't stop it. You know what I'm saying? Gafford was getting easy dunks. They was getting the ball to him early, setting the tone that we're going to the paint tonight. We're scoring in the paint tonight. And that's I like what I saw, like understanding the matchups and trying to take advantage of the matchup. I mean, that's good coaching 101. You know what I'm saying? So for us to not stick with that pick and roll, especially when we got down, it was like we got down in the first half, it's because we went away from it. You know what I mean? So, but I did like the fact that they did make an attempt to do that, though. I like Kuzma tonight. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have his typical double-double, and he scored, late. Second half, he started to make a real impact, especially in the fourth quarter. But he made more of an impact tonight, I felt, defensively. You know what I'm saying? He had some key stops. There was a stop in the second quarter when he snatched the ball from James Harden. And there was a stop in the fourth quarter on Kyrie. Like, he stood in front of him with all the dribble, all the dancing Kyrie be doing. For Kuzma to stay in front of him, force him into a bad shot, it just showed that Kuzma can do the little things as well. Man, he's a valuable asset to the Wizards' plans now and moving forward. We need to lock him up. You know what I'm saying? He's done enough for me to say he's the real deal. We need him on the team. So, I like what I saw from him, minus the 5 turnovers. He turned the ball over 5 times tonight. But other than that, and I can't even say other than that, like that was something light. You know how I feel about turnovers. You know what I'm saying? But he still played great defense tonight, man. So I definitely like what I saw from him. Denny got in tonight. I know there was a big deal about him not getting in last game against the Sixers until late garbage time. So people already was ready to jump off the bridge like, okay, we're trading him, stuff like that. I already said it in the last live stream. The strength of the Wizards is our depth. We have depth, you know what I'm saying? And we can match up depending on who we're playing, you know what I'm saying? So tonight, what I saw tonight was that, Denny got in and made a defensive impact immediately. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely like that. But what else I noticed, and what I've been trying to say about the depth, was that the odd man out tonight was Neto. Neto was nowhere to be found. He got a DMP. There was no time for garbage time tonight. You know what I mean? So he got a DMP tonight. And again, now what are we gonna say? Neto's about to get traded. I know a lot of y'all's like, I hope so. You know, I know a lot of y'all's like, I hope he does get traded. You know what I'm saying? But no, he's not gonna get traded. It's just gonna be some games. Some players are just not gonna play. And knowing the elite perimeter players that the Nets have, you're going to go defense first, and that's what the team did tonight. Again, I like that coaching, scouting adjustment, playing the players, putting the players in that's going to give us the best chance to win. And we know Kyrie, I mean, he's hard to guard. James Harden, he's hard to guard. Thank God they didn't have KD. You know what I'm saying? We might have lost by more tonight if they had KD. You know what I'm saying? But then he got in. He got in one of the. He wasn't the first sub. The first sub was Corey Kispert, which I liked as well. And I'm gonna get to that. But him and Rui came in at the same time. They were the next subs up, and I just like that. As well as Thomas Bryant, I like that. I like that Thomas Bryant got in, was effective. All three centers had some moments tonight. You know what I'm saying? And it's just admirable of Montrez to say, yo, I'll come in. I'll be the third center to come in tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, but now I thought that was just for, you know, the game against the Sixers because of Joel Embiid, you know, his height. Thomas Bryant has more height than Montrezl Harrell. You know what I'm saying? But again, Thomas Bryant came in second off the bench tonight as well. And there's been a lot of rumors I've been reading today about possible trades and Montrez might get traded. Yo, if the Wizards trade Montrezl Harrell, yo, man, I would be so upset. I mean, that would be like one of the worst. I mean, I understand from a financial, business, salary cap, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And the potential to get Grant from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I hear all of that, and I do. You know what I'm saying? And Grant, Jeremiah Grant, he's a great player. He's a great player, son of a Bullets legend. You know what I'm saying? So, but Montrez, yo, the energy that he brings off the bench, and not just the energy, because Thomas Bryant brings energy, Gafford has energy, but the difference between Harrell and Gafford and Thomas Bryant is not only does Harrell bring energy, Harrell is a goon. You gotta have a goon. You got to have a goon. You just do. Like, when you playing against teams that got big men that like to pop off and all that, you need a goon. I mean, energy is great too. We like that. We got that in all three centers. But Gafford and Thomas Bryant, they're not goons. Montrezl Harrell is a goon. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have that to be an enforcer, to strike fear in the hearts of the opponent. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that. So to even this trade talks about Harrell possibly getting traded, I just hope that's not true. And, you know, there's a lot of talk, always talk. So I'm not going to feed too much into it. But seeing him coming in the game the third center off the bench, it could, you know, some people could speculate that, you know, that he's auditioning for another team. You could really speculate because of the sudden rotation change. You know what I'm saying? However, Harrell played more minutes than Gafford, and he played more minutes than Bryant when the game's all said and done. Let me make sure before I misquote. You know what I'm saying? Let me not misquote. Thomas Bryant, 12 minutes. Gafford, 12 minutes. Montrez, 24 minutes. You know what I mean? So, again, it was about matchups. I like the fact that Harrell got playing time. Maybe he could have gotten a little less. Thomas Bryant could have gotten a little more. Gafford maybe could have gotten a little more. They could have went back to the pick and roll that they were running earlier in the game that was so effective. I could see that. You know what I'm saying? I could see that. That could be something I could put on my dislike list that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But I just like the fact that we got three quality centers, and Montrez is not complaining about being the third center off the bench when ultimately he got the most minutes out of all three centers, man. So I definitely like that, man. I definitely like that. Like I said, man, Kispert, man, first to come off the bench, and to me, he's earned that right. He's earned that, you know what I'm saying? Because he just plays with high IQ. From game one, he wasn't as good as he's become. Since game one, you could see the growth, but you saw the IQ early, just making the right plays. Not being the reason that we're messing up. You know what I'm saying? Like when we were messing up, I'm not saying Kispert's the reason. You know what I'm saying? So for him to be the first to come off the bench tonight and probably moving forward and be getting starting spots when Bradley Beal's not playing, it just shows a lot of rookie doing that. You know what I'm saying? Again, man, our last three rookie picks, man, I really like Rui. I really like Denny. I really like Corey. I like all three of them, man. So we've been drafting well. You know what I'm saying? We got quality centers. So we got good free agent pickups as well, man. Tommy Shepard has done a great job, man, of making this team competitive and deep, yo. Real talk. Like, our team is competitive and deep, so I definitely like seeing Kispert earning that right to come be the first player off the bench, because he has earned it. Again, Denny gets in, makes a defensive impact. Like I said, subbed in for Neto, but he also was hitting threes tonight. He's been working on the shot. He's been seeing that the minutes are getting less and less. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting it done, the next man up. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing that. So I feel like they said on the telecast that after him not playing last game, that he was right back out there after the game, getting shots up. You know what I'm saying? So he sees what's going on, and he doesn't want to. He's not going to be the odd man. He's our best perimeter defender. So he should never think that he won't get no playing time. No, we need him. We need Denny because he's our best defensive player on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get more minutes, you got to hit wide open shots. And Corey Kispert has been lately hitting those shots that he's been missing a few games back. He's starting to hit the three more consistently with more confidence. So Denny, to see him hitting threes tonight, it's just a plus, a great plus, man. He definitely helped us as well get back in the game in the fourth quarter with his defensive effort for us to even have a chance to get the win. You know what I'm saying? Denny was a big part of that. You know what I'm saying? So again, I already knew. I saw all the panic last game against the Sixers online about now they're going to trade him. They're not going to trade him, man. We have a deep team. There's just going to be some games where some players play, like tonight. Neto didn't play. The last game he played, you know what I'm saying? It's just about the opponent. And I like the versatility in our roster to match up to our opponent to give ourselves the best chance to win. Now, I do think that there has to be a little bit tinkering with the rotations. Denny, some people's like Denny should have been in at the end of the game. He's part of the reason we got close and came back to even have a chance to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he should have been in instead of KCP. That's arguable. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because we're not gonna act like KCP hasn't hit big threes when we need threes. You know what I'm saying? We needed shooting. If we're gonna have if I have to choose a shooter between Denny and KCP in crunch time, I'm choosing KCP, even when he has bad games, man. Until Denny hits that three consistently, you know what I'm saying? I'm choosing KCP. So it's tough. It's tough, and that is the bad side of having such a deep roster. Who should be in crunch time? Who shouldn't be in crunch time? But that's something the coach has to figure out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's something coach has to the coaching staff, because Coach Unseld wasn't there tonight. You know what I'm saying? Blair took over tonight. So the coaching staff has to talk about this, but they have the remainder of the season to really, really figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I still think the closing unit is going to rotate from game to game. I just think that's just what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's just hopefully we have the right lineup to get the win when we need to get the win. And I'm not even going to say we didn't have the right lineup to get the win, because it came down to the last shot. If Dinwiddie hit that three, you know what I'm saying? If he hit that three at the last shot of the game, then we would be having a whole totally different conversation. So I don't know what to say about that, man. But I'm not the coach. You know what I'm saying? The coach got to figure this out, man. Coaches got to figure this out. All right, another thing I like, man, like I said, Trez, man, came in. He didn't play at all in the first quarter. That was, like I said, Gafford started. Thomas Bryant came in, closed the first quarter. But Harold came in when the second quarter start, Harrell was in, and he got right to business, man. Again, man, Harrell, man, there's no way. I'm not gonna say there's no way anything is possible, but yo, if we trade him, man, I would be so disappointed because I just feel like that's gonna be a huge loss. Sometimes it's not about the stats, man. Sometimes it's about just that energy. You know what I'm saying? So when him coming out in the second quarter, setting the tone, keeping the energy up. You know what I'm saying? I just liked his game tonight, man. He played well, man. He had 3 blocks. Nice stat line. You know what I'm saying? 14, 6, and 3 assists, 6 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like what I saw from him. Also, man, I like what I saw from Rui tonight, man. Rui's beginning to get his feet back, his legs back. And again, it goes back to what I was just saying earlier about there's a lot of good about having depth and having a good roster from the first to the 13th player. You know what I'm saying? It's really good. But who should be in at the end? I mean, Rui is playing so well tonight. You could make a case that he should have been in. You could make a case, again, Denny should have been in. KCP shouldn't have been in. Should Rui have been in for Kuzma when Kuzma hit those big shots? Like, there's so much, now, I don't call this a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that has to be figured out because Rui played good enough to end the game, too. He's a starting caliber power forward, 3/3 and 4. He could play the 3, too. So he could have been in instead of KCP. Then he could have, we could have done so much, you know what I'm saying? But all I know is I like what Rui was doing, man. Scoring at the rim, rebounding, even hitting threes. He's beginning to look like his old self, the Rui that we know, man. So I like what I saw from him. Speaking of the second half, we started the second half with much better energy than we played in the first half. I mean, we lost the game in the first. For us to lose by 1 point, again, you can't win the game in the first quarter, but you could lose the game in the first quarter. And we were down double digits. We were down double digits to end the first half. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we lost the game in the first half. I won't say first quarter per se, but definitely in the first half when we let them go up double digits. And you know what I'm saying? We lost the game in the first half. So I didn't like that at all, man. But we started the second half with the energy that we should have started in the first half. And if we did, we would have won this game. You know what I'm saying? I like Bradley Beal. Again, in the second half, he was atrocious in the first half. And we're going to talk about that. But in the second half, starting the third quarter, he started hot. He was scoring, assisting. He ended up with 20-plus points. He ended up leading scorer tonight for the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? So that's good accomplishment in itself, especially with the start that he had. You know what I'm saying? He was 1 for 8. I think starting the first half, 1 for 8. You know what I mean? He just looked terrible. So he got it together in the second half. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't like the way he started the first half, but I love the way he played in the second half. He played much better in the second half. And a nugget I learned tonight was this was the 13th straight game Bradley Beal has had 5 or more assists. You know what I mean? That's a good stat. That's a good stat to show that he's not a ball hog and he's looking to get teammates involved, combining those point guard skills with the shooting guard skills. You know what I mean? So I definitely like seeing that from him. And then also, man, finally, the last thing that I like was, again, I've been mentioning it, our depth. We should never lose. Well, I won't say never. There's other teams that have depth as well. The Nets have depth on their bench. You know what I'm saying? But our bench dominated. We dominated in bench points tonight. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows, again, our depth. We're going, for most of the season, the remainder of the season, as long as we have a full complement of players, we should be always on top when it comes to bench points. Always. We have too many players coming off the bench that have the potential to be starters or already have been starters. Whether it's Thomas Bryant, whether it's Rui Hachimura, Denny, Corey Kispert. I mean, that's 4 players that have started for the Wizards and played quality minutes for us. You know what I'm saying? So to have that depth, we should always dominate bench points, and we did again tonight, man. So that's what I like, man. That's everything that I like tonight, man. It was enough to get the win. Everything that I like was enough to get the win. You know what I'm saying? But we just didn't get the win. We just didn't get the win, man. And we're gonna talk about why we didn't get the win, and a lot of it is because of the things that I disliked tonight. You know what I'm saying? So. First thing that I want to say was our early turnovers. Again, man, turning the ball over. We were sloppy early in the game. We weren't running we were running the offense well as far as the pick and rolls and all that, but there were just too many sloppy turnovers. The Nets, they were scoring way too easily. Well, how much? Let me see. Hold on. The Nets ended the game 52% shooting. So we cut down their shooting percentage in the second half, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But they were scoring way too easily. They had 71 points in the first half. 71 points in the first half. They ended the game with 119. So you see the effort that we showed in the second half. We cut that down considerably. You know what I'm saying? 71 points in the first half, 63% 63% shooting from the field in the first half. 60% without KD. Where was our defense? You know what I'm saying? Again, they didn't come out with the right energy. We lost by 1 point. We lost by 1 point tonight. You know what I'm saying? So we lost the game in the first half. Period. We lost the game in the first half, man. We gotta come out with the energy that we came out in the second half. That we gotta come out with that in the first half to start the game. You know what I'm saying? Man, Harden, Irving, Aldridge. Irving and Harden, again, they're like elite at their positions, arguably the best players at their positions. You know what I'm saying? And then LaMarcus Aldridge, he's a vet. You know what I'm saying? He's a vet. And you could expect him, for him to come off the bench and did what he did to us tonight, man. One thing about Aldridge's game is that he never relied on his athleticism. His game is like fine wine. It just ages well over time. He's in his 13th, 14th season, came back out of retirement, and he has just that vicious mid-range game, and that's what he was hitting us with tonight, man. Kyrie got hot early, scored 12 points in the first quarter. Aldridge off the bench. 5 for 5, 10 points in the first quarter. I think he ended up with 27 points. Let me just make sure. Ended up with 27 points. They only went 8 deep tonight. And they beat us by 1 point. Our depth should have wore them out. You know what I'm saying? Our depth should have wore them out, man. But again, our first half is why we lost the game. And then Harden, man, he started to get hot in the second quarter. And just those three were the nucleus to our defeat tonight. You know what I'm saying? Those three played very well tonight, but definitely they played much. Well, Kyrie and LaMarcus played much better in the first half. We did a much better job on them in the second half, obviously because of the the difference in points scored from half to half by the Nets. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But Aldridge did too much. Harden did a little, almost had a triple-double tonight. You know what I'm saying? So that's just elite right there. You know what I'm saying? And then they had their young boy starting at center. We got him in foul trouble early. You know what I'm saying? So to get a starter in foul trouble is a good thing, right? But the problem was Aldridge came in and went crazy on us. You know what I'm saying? So getting Sharp in foul trouble really didn't help us for real. You know what I'm saying? It really didn't help us. You know what I'm saying? But when Sharp came back in the second half, he began to cause problems for us. You know what I'm saying? Again, we have a good center rotation. I like our center rotation. But, man, Sharp, he's just a rookie. But he's a legitimate 7-footer, and he had post moves. You know what I mean? He got moves. He got potential. You could see that he might have a great career moving forward. You know what I'm saying? But he was doing too much against our centers tonight, man. And, again, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we could have had Thomas Bryant and Gafford get a little more minutes. Montrez get a little less minutes. But Montrez played well, so I don't even want to man, it's so tough, man. Having this much depth. You know what I mean? It's like only 5 players could be on the court at once. There's only one ball to go around. Only 48 minutes if we don't include overtime. You know what I mean? So, but their center Sharp, their center combination of Sharp and Aldridge were killing us tonight. You know what I'm saying? So that was a problem. Patty Mills, another veteran that they have, came in, hit crazy threes on us tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hit big, clutch threes for them, for the Nets tonight, man, that were killers and backbreakers. And he just known to do that. You know what I mean? Patty Mills is known to do that. And then again, man, that kind of exposes. Well, Kyrie exposed it, but we already know, and that's why I feel, like I said, Neto didn't play tonight because our two weaknesses. I say this live stream in, live stream out. Two weaknesses that the Wizards are going to have game in and game out is our perimeter defense at the point guard position. We don't have perimeter defenders at the point guard position. And although I like our center rotation, they're small. If we play a quality 7-footer, we're going to have problems. You know what I'm saying? And again, that showed up tonight. We have problems. And I don't even want – I say Sharp is a quality. He has potential, but he doesn't have the experience for me to call him a good big man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's garbage, but he just doesn't have that experience yet. But he has the potential, and his potential showed tonight, man. So, that was a problem. Mills was a problem. Well, one of the biggest reasons why, I'll get to that, man. Another issue I have tonight, another thing I didn't like tonight was, man, Bertans. I know, Tommy Shepard, you paid him all that money. I know you want to hit on all your picks, and they gotta play to make you look good. But sometimes you gotta admit you was wrong. You made a bad call. You know what I'm saying? Bertans did nothing tonight but waste space. And again, we lost by 1 point. That 1 point could have been another player. That 1 point could have been Kuzma. And you know what I mean? That could have been that score. He didn't score tonight. Not only did he do nothing, I mean literally nothing tonight. I don't know, 0 points. He was a +4. But what did he give you? Like zeros across the board on the stat line, except the nerve to have one foul. Zeros across the board. I mean literally. He was a waste of space. Like sometimes you're saying he gave you nothing, even though he might have had 2 rebounds. Maybe had an assist or something. But literally, I just looked at the box score. 0, 0, 0. All zeros. He gave you nothing out there tonight, and we lost by 1 point. Now, he didn't get in too much, but he got in too many minutes. He didn't have too many minutes, but he played too many minutes. If y'all feel what I'm saying. We're too deep to have players that aren't contributing, not giving us nothing on the court to be on the court. That could have been Rui's minutes. You know what I'm saying? That could have been, again, Kuzma could have had those minutes. Diddy could have had those, like anybody else could have had those minutes, man. We lost by 1 point. Bertans gave us absolutely nothing in the box score. Absolutely nothing. So I didn't like that, man. Sometimes, man, he might just have to be the DMP. He might just have to be that, and that's just what it is. We've had him for a couple of seasons, and we know what he can do and what he can't do. All he could do is hit threes, and when he hits threes, that's the only time when he's valuable. There's times where he might, not be a defensive liability and play a decent game because he wasn't a liability, but he's never going to give us a consistent, great defensive effort. We're never going to be like, yo, did you see Bertans' defense? That was the reason we won the game. We're never going to say that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I didn't like that, man. I didn't like that, yo. You got to cut your losses, yo. He should have been a DMP with Neto, with Holiday. He should have been a DMP, or maybe got 2 or 3 minutes at most, man. He gave us nothing tonight, man. Nothing. We let the Nets get up double digits. They took a double-digit lead into halftime. They were up 74-62. So, again, man, I just don't like us getting down double digits, and we always got to fight back to try to get a win. We shouldn't have got down double digits in the first half in the first place, man. So I definitely didn't like that. 5 players from the Nets were in double figures by the end of the third quarter. Another thing I didn't like, you know what I'm saying? They were only 8 deep. Our depth should have wore them out, but we didn't come out with the right energy all through the first half. We came out initially with the right energy, but it didn't sustain. It didn't sustain in the first half. We had to wake up in the second half and play the way we should have played all 48 minutes. You got to play 48 minutes, man. When we were coming back, getting close, the Nets took a 7-0 run, and I just thought that run was a little bit too much for us to overcome. We lost by 1 point, but once we got there, we were like right there. And then they went on a 7-0 run. We came back, got the game within 1 point, but we lost the game, man. So it was tough. And then Edwards, another young boy that the Nets got, hit some clutch shots in the fourth quarter, a clutch 3 in the fourth. You know what I'm saying? Part of that 7-0 run that just made it hard for us to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? That was tough, man. But one of the biggest reasons why we lost the game is, man, Bradley Beal, first half, he's the leader of the team, man. He's the leader of the team. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that the energy that we lacked in the first half was a direct correlation of Beal's energy. But Beal's energy was terrible in the first. He played terrible in the first half against one of the best teams in the league with their backcourt, like Harden and Kyrie Irving versus Dinwiddie and Beal. Now we have a good, decent backcourt. You know what I'm saying? Dinwiddie he only had 11 and 5, but he was the only starter with a positive plus minus. He was the only starter. All our bench had positive plus minuses. All the bench players that came in the game. You know what I'm saying? Even Bertans do nothing, have no stats, had a positive plus minus. You know what I'm saying? But but Beal, like when you're playing elites, this is who they're comparing you to. A James Harden, a Kyrie Irving. Like, look, I've already said it, man. Bradley Beal is not you know what I'm saying, top tier player. He's like a tier below. You know what I'm saying? So if KD is a top tier player, Harden, Kyrie, they're borderline. You could say they're a tier below top tier. Some people would say they are top tier players. Again, they're arguably the best at their positions. I'm not saying they are the best, but they're arguably the best. There's some people in this world that say Kyrie Irving is the best point guard in the league. There's some people in this world that's going to say James Harden is the best two guard in the league. There are some people that's going to say that. You know what I'm saying? Look, Bradley Beal is not even better than them two. You know what I'm saying? He's not even better than Kyrie or James Harden, and they're not on the level of KD. So that means that they have 3 players, the Nets have 3 players that's better than our best player. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the bottom line of it. Not to mention LaMarcus Aldridge, a quality center vet that has been an all-star before. They got Blake Griffin that didn't even play tonight off the bench. You know what I'm saying? But Bradley Beal, you cannot start the game 1 for 8 against people that they're comparing you. Like, you're trying to be a max player and all that, and you come out against the Nets, one of the best teams in the East, and you wait till the second half to wake up. That's one of the reasons we lost the game tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the team as a whole, their energy. But Bradley Beal, is the best player on our team. He has these spells where he doesn't come out and he just shows that he's not on that level. He's just not on that level right now. You know what I'm saying? I still think he can get there, maybe. But tonight was a clear indication against his counterparts that he is not on that level. For him to play like that in the first half, not be ready, not be focused, missing everything he throws up, had to wait till the second half to wake up, let us get down double digits as the leader of the team. Come on, Bradley Beal. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on, man. You got to play better. Bottom line, against elite competition, if you're supposed to be on that level, you got to play like that. All 40, you got to max them bucket for bucket, yo. They were just better than y'all. They were just better. Like James Harden, Kyrie Irving, they're great players. But if you want to be mentioned in that light, elite, top tier, you can't get outplayed by them like that in the first half. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely didn't like Bradley Beal's performance in the first half. I mean, it was so lackluster. You know what I'm saying? He has to play better all the time. Like, you know, there's gonna be off games, but this was a test. You know what I'm saying? We've been playing well at home, and we could have got this win. They didn't have KD. We had to get this win. You know what I'm saying? We had to get this win. And for Bradley Beal to not come out the way he needed to come out was very disappointing, man. So that's the last thing I didn't like tonight, man. You know what I mean? And again, all the things that I said that I liked were reasons that we could have won and should have won the game. All the things that I mentioned of what I disliked tonight is the reasons why we ultimately lost the game. And I just feel like our start, and Bradley Beal in particular, because he's our best player, that start was unacceptable, man. Like, you're playing a top-tier Eastern Conference team. You've got to start fast. You've got to be focused. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for that type of start, man. Straight up, man. So anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Tough loss, but it's not heartbreaking. I'm not sick. Well, I am kind of sick about it. Let me not front. But, you know, it was against a quality opponent. They played well tonight. Kyrie Irving was looking like he'd never been off. Kyrie Irving looking like he don't have any, you know what I'm saying? Like he just been balling the whole season. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely a tough guard. I mean, yo, man, for some of the defensive effort, especially by Kyle Kuzma, to stay in front of him at times, was a testament, man, to his effort, because Kyrie Irving is no joke with the ball, man. His handles is the truth, man. So anyway, man, if you like what you heard tonight, man, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at The Wizards Review. On YouTube, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. You can follow me, King God ADMV, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and NBA 2K22 on the Xbox Series S and X. You know what I mean? So anyway, our next opponent, Toronto, Friday, man, we got to get that win. You know, we always got a problem with Toronto. For some reason, we always got an issue with Toronto. So I'm just hoping that we don't have an issue with them on Friday and we can get back on the winning side of things. We need to get back on the winning side of things, man. We could have really used this win tonight, keep pushing our position to that 6th seed or better, because we don't want to be in the play-in. We want to be a top 6 seed. So we can't lose games that we could win. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, I feel like we let one get away, man. So we got to get this win on Friday, man. So I'm hoping that I see you guys Friday, man, after the game, man. You already know how I do, man. All right, man. Take care. Have a good night. All right? Peace.